All right, we are ready to roll. Welcome back. This is Principal Fisher. Just want to say thank you for being here today. So excited to have students and staff back into our building, and just wanted to spend some time today in advisory as an administrative team, welcoming you back, and then just giving you some basic information about our protocols here. We certainly want all of our staff and students to feel safe in our building. As you know, safety and learning are our top priorities, and it's just really exciting to have our school community back together. And also, we want to honor the fact that that it's February, and with February brings a very special month for us at Apollo High School and in the St. Cloud community, as we look to celebrate Black lives 365 days out of the year, but we definitely want to amplify the contributions that African Americans have made to not only our local community, our country, and our world throughout the month of February. And so one of the things that we will do to kick off this month is a Black History Month essay and video submission contest. We are encouraging all staff and students to consider a one-page essay or a 1 minute or less video, just celebrating Black lives and thinking about what Black History Month means to you. And so we want everyone to be thinking about that prompt and spending some time to be highly reflective. And if you are willing to share your thoughts, we'd love for you to submit by February 19th. Anybody who submits will win a prize, and we'll have grand prizes for our first, second, and third place winners. So please take a look at Schoology. The information will be sent out in your class messages, and we'll also have that information scrolling on the cafeteria screens, and the submission will be through a Google form. Those of you that have been in the 600s, and you'll see this on the for the most part, as you travel to the lunch today, we have an amazing piece of art we have on display that represents a star quilt in our indigenous nations. And it was really important that we had that up as students returned, because the history of the star quilt is this. The single star is made of small diamond-shaped patches that are together in 8 sections. When these sections are joined together, the 8-point star is formed. Each patch represents a person and means that you are surrounded by those who love and support you. Certainly symbolic of our Apollo High School staff, but just wanted to give you a sense of what this custom-made quilt looks like. And like I said, you'll see it in that 600s area in the main artery hallway as you travel down to lunch. We definitely want you to take a look and look at the artist descriptions as well. And also want to just take time. We celebrate the great things that are happening at Apollo every single day. In one way you can see those celebrations, if you're willing and able, is to follow me on Instagram. You can find me at Apollo Principal. And we wouldn't be live without the light. And nope, I still have 20/20 vision, but like many of you, you have screen fatigue, so I have my blue block glasses on. Again, just want to say welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging and learning, and it's going to be a great rest of the year. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our amazing administrative team, as they're going to talk with you about what to expect as we return to school here. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.
Morning, Apollo. Assistant Principal Scullerud here. Just want to welcome you all back to our B-Day learners. It's great to have our A-Day students here yesterday and you in the building today. Look forward to seeing everyone in lunch here in a little bit. Continue to reach out asking questions. It's kind of the first day of school all over again, so if you need help getting to the right places, end of the day, getting on the right school bus, we'll all be out there helping you. Just so great to have everyone back and to see all your faces.
Good morning, Apollo Eagles. We're so glad to see you. As Mr. Scullerud said, our B-Day students, it's a great surprise and delight to our day. I too look forward to seeing all of you at lunch. My name is AP Tiber, and I'll turn it over to AP Freeze.
Thank you. Hello, Apollo Eagles. I'm going to go into present mode and start our slideshow, which is, again, as Fisher mentioned, just some reminders about what to expect moving back into our space in hybrid. So welcome back. Returning to hybrid, we were just on a break. Those of you who are Friends fans can probably know this episode. You can quiz Miss Talega on any Friends trivia. She is a Friends guru. So you want to talk Friends, find her in the media center. So we're gonna go through some of the protocols and routines just to ensure that we all continue to move about our space safely and stay healthy, because we want you to stay in school. Morning routines. The building will not open up until 8:15. So if you are getting dropped off, or if you are a driver, please plan accordingly, because those doors will not be open until 8:15, and we, with the winter weather, don't want you to have to stand outside and endure that for longer than you need to. Walkers and drivers, please continue to use door 12 as you enter the building. Drivers, we're asking that you follow the same path for parking that you did in the fall. So when you turn at the lights and you come onto our campus, take a left right away through that parking lot and go up and around and make your way towards the baseball fields. By having the students turn right at that parking lot, take a left and go into that parking lot and around to the baseball fields, it helps the traffic because our families are coming in, moving straight and pulling up to that curb to drop students off at door 7. That way the families can move in that area safely and students can go around and park safely over by the baseball fields. So again, door 12 for drivers and walkers, students who are being dropped off, door 7, just like in the fall. If you're riding the bus, we ask that you come in door 4 and 5. So some of the buses are parking by the rock or down a little ways. We still ask for you to walk down to door 4 and come in. Do not enter in door 2, come down to door 4 and 5. Because we're not doing temperature checks, it is very important that all the students, before they come onto campus, you do the COVID screener in Skyward before you arrive each day on campus. If your temperature, if you're feeling like you're running a temperature of 104 or high, 100.4, not 104, 100.4 or higher, we ask that you stay home. If any of those answers on your COVID thing indicates any sort of symptoms, we ask that you stay home, okay? Students are expected, once they do arrive on campus, to go straight to first period. And also, if you would like, there is free grab-and-go breakfast like we had in the fall, and that is free for anybody who wants breakfast when they get on campus. Safety protocols for Apollo are similar or exact like we had in the fall. Please wear your mask so it covers your nose and your mouth. You might be wondering why I don't have my mask on. I'm in my office by myself. There is nobody in my area, so that is why it is okay for me to take off my mask. Otherwise, it should be up like this and not down like this. So please keep that over your mouth and your nose. Frequent hand washing will prevent spreading of germs. That's true in pandemics or not. You will also notice, hopefully, that there are additional hand sanitizers available for students and staff around the building by the water fountains. We have some additional hand sanitizers that were put, stations that were put into place while you were gone. Mr. Scullerud.
All right, so I'm gonna take a couple of minutes to talk about safety protocols in the hallways. We will continue the same 8-minute passing time that we did in the fall. We added 3 minutes to that because we do need to follow the one-way hallways between classes. So today when we're excused to go to lunch or go to second hour, there'll be staff in the hall that will help you find the fastest route to get there, but please make sure we're following the arrows that are all posted in the hallways and get to your class as quickly as you can. The restrooms will be locked during the passing time, which means you need to talk to your teachers about getting a pass to use the restroom. And we're going to ask that we wait and not go the first 10 minutes of class. That first 10 minutes is extremely important. As you know from learning at home yesterday, that's an opportunity for your teacher to engage all students in the class, being in hybrid with our at-home learners and then our in-person learners. And then after that first 10 is when we would ask that you ask your teachers for a pass to use the restroom. And then if you are coming down to lunch, and when you come down to lunch, the restrooms on the end where you're going to line up for line 1, those will be the ones that will be open just like they were in the fall. So the restrooms will be open down there. And just be mindful of keeping space between your friends when you're walking through the hall. We still want to stick to 6 feet of social distancing when we're walking down the hall, when we're waiting in lines to go places, whenever we possibly can. And then like you'll see in the lunchroom with the X's on the chairs, that will be the same as it was before. In the classrooms have been set up to ensure 6 foot spacing between you, your peers, and your instructor. There was a lot of careful time and consideration put into how each classroom would be set up, and each spot has been measured to make sure that 6 feet is correct and is accurate. So we ask that you do not move your chairs and you do not move your desks unless you talk to your instructor about that. And if they've got a plan to do that and to have things in a certain spot, they would have checked to make sure you're able to do that. So please don't move desks unless you talk to your teacher first. And then I did allude to this a little bit, but when we get to the lunchroom, please make sure you sit on an X. The 8A students did a great job with that. I know we want to see our friends and maybe have more than two people to a table. We're just not able to do that at this time. So it's going to be 2 people per table sitting on the X. When you're waiting in line, there's dots on the floor that will keep you 6 feet apart from one another to make sure that you're safely socially distanced while you're waiting for lunch. And then masks are expected to be worn when you're not eating or drinking. So when you enter the cafeteria, your mask should be on. Once you're sitting on your X, it's okay to take your mask off and while you're eating. But then if you get up to throw your throw your lunch away, or as on your way down back to class, then we do have to have masks on, as Ms. Freeze said, covering both your mouth and your nose while doing so. You're muted, Ms. Stiver.
I think we told her that yesterday too.
And as we transition to the end of the day, we still will continue as we did in the fall with our staggered release. We'll start with our A wing at 3:35. That will be our music classes and Phi Ed classes at 3:35. Make sure if you have a ride that your ride is ready for you at 3:35, because just like in the morning, we don't open the doors until a certain time. Same with leaving. Everyone needs to exit the building so we don't have that congestion. And that's to keep everybody safe. So 3:35 is our A wing. At 3:40, that's round 2. That's our B wing. That will be the 400s, 500s, and 600s. That's generally our social studies classes, language arts classes, EL classes with some others sprinkled in there. But that's our B wing, dismissed at 3:40. And again, make sure that your ride is ready for you at that time. And for our last round at 3:45, that's our 700s, 800s, 900s. That's usually our math areas, science areas, and tech ed area. And again, have your rides there for you to pick you up at 3:45, because we do have everybody leave the building at that time. So keep on moving, no congestion. If your ride is not reliable, take the bus. They are very reliable. Yep. Awesome busing service. And continuing with our afternoon routines, if you're in athletics, go to your directed area, whether that be the gymnasium or locker room, or if it's in the cafeteria, go to that reported area. Again, no congestion, no congregating in the hallways. If you ride the bus, head out those doors 2, 4, and 5, and head straight to your bus. No congregating in the hallways. Walkers and drivers, again, heading out, keep moving. Outdoors 7, or drivers, you can head outdoors 11 and 12 as well. But if you're being picked up, use door 7. And just like in the morning for our breakfast, our grab and goes are available for all students. So grab those out. They're at door 2 and at door 7. So grab and go. It has a breakfast and a lunch for the next day, and that's free for all students. And just a reminder that we'll follow our hybrid expectations both when we're here in person and when you're at home learning. And something just one of the big reminders is to log in that first 10 minutes for every class into your Google Meet to engage in those activities, find out what is going on for that day, and then follow the schedule for that day, whether that be staying on your Google Meet or logging off and completing some work. So pay attention to those reminders. We have them posted in the hallways. Your teachers have them posted in their classrooms as well. And we all know you are wonderful Eagles. You soar: safety, optimism, acceptance, respect. Those are our 4 pillars as Eagles. We thank you. You've done a marvelous job so far, and we are just so happy that you're here. Thank you. And as a final note, these last couple of weeks now, you're finalizing your registration in Skyward. You should have all in grades 9, 10, and 11 joined the registration course and found the appropriate folder for your graduating class, completed all 6 steps, and you should have that green check there that says complete. And your counselors will be looking for that you've completed those 6 steps. So that's doing your credit check and finding out how to take all that information from the classes that you want and putting them into Skyward, which is your last step. And so if you look at that screenshot on the right, you'll know that you've registered when you see your next year's classes, 21, 22, and your whole list of 18 courses. So make sure you do that. You don't want to get missed. You don't want to be left out of a class. So get registered, talk it over with your parents, call your counselors with any questions. Thank you. Have a great day.